Hey, this is Pamela Schneider. I'm the retail editor for Blue Book Services, and this is the Produce Reporter Week in Review. Greg, we're both back in the office, coming down from that, big show kind of buzz from the past week. And I'm going to tell you, everyone on LinkedIn has just been, I don't know, for a better word, digesting their experiences at the Global Produce and Floral Show, and I have been as well. A lot of energy and a lot of excitement for sure.
There were so many photo ops. It's very impressive on LinkedIn. Lots of people took advantage of the different photo opportunities. I'm sure they did it on Instagram and Facebook too, but I don't follow everyone on that one. But yeah, it's a hangover and recovery week from the big show. I'm sure everyone's going through it, all 20,000 plus.
Yeah, for sure. And just gearing up for another show next week, the inaugural Southwest International Produce Expo in Tucson, which is replacing and kind of reimagining the Fresh Produce Association of the Americas. This is their 54th annual convention, and they have transitioned it toward more of a trade show kind of expo situation. So it'll be interesting to see how that works out. And I have a feeling there might be a fair number of casual discussions about tomatoes. Why don't you tell me why?
Oh yes. Well, some things never change, and there's more tomato debate. I guess the comment period from the U.S. Department of Commerce investigation into tomato dumping just ended, and so FPA has been outspoken this week on their position and their data points. And then we've also gotten an interview with the Florida Tomato Exchange, Michael Shadler. Richard Smoley did an interview with him, and we're running that Friday so everyone can read the other side of the debate. And other companies like Nature Sweet have gotten involved. It's a huge deal because tomatoes are just such big business. So I guess whatever Commerce decides, one side will be extremely happy and the other side will be very upset. And I suppose it won't be the end of it either.
Yeah, I thought it was really interesting. I mean, in the past, I remember in 2019 when they ended up coming up with a new tomato suspension agreement. There wasn't a ton of companies, I feel like, weighing in on things, but to see one as big as Nature Sweet throwing in more than one news release, multiple things, commentary, kind of sticking its neck out. I thought was interesting because before we kind of saw it going between the Florida Tomato Exchange and the Fresh Produce Association of America. It's kind of letting the association kind of angle of that duke it out. But to see and then in the meeting rooms and in the official settings, we saw companies giving their opinions, but in the media, basically, it was the associations speaking on behalf of growers. So I thought that was a different angle to it. This was the second news release we've gotten from Nature Sweet over the past couple of weeks, weighing in on the issue. And of course, they exclusively grow in Mexico. Although they are based in San Antonio. So it is a big business for them as well.
Well, I would suspect that over the years of conversations with their buying customers, they've made their positions known and probably got some feedback that maybe you should make this more well known about your position and not just keep it between business partners. So that wouldn't surprise me at all.
So we have another company, just kind of coincidentally, it's probably going to be a big name at Swipe as well. And I noticed at IFPA's Expo, Grub Market had kind of an umbrella booth over all of its little tendril companies. Sunfed's one of them. Grant Hunt is another one. And then again this week, they added another one.
Another acquisition. Can you imagine? Yes, a Philadelphia wholesaler that's kind of a specialty wholesaler, not one of the bigger ones that we tend to quote out of that market, but still a significant business. And they're not changing their business strategy one bit, except that they were a lot more out in the open at the IFPA Global Show, which we have not seen in the past.
Right, yeah. So the whole grub market thing, like you mentioned that they're out in the open. I had a chat with a couple of folks that are umbrella companies from there, and I have a feeling over the next, year or so, we're going to start seeing them exert their name more than before as they are integrating their software solution into more of things. So we've been watching the acquisitions just because it's like, again, another one. Holy cow, how many can they buy? And then they've got two big name California agriculture people on their board now. This is big dollars going into produce, and this is a lot of companies and a lot of commerce. So it definitely warrants watching.
Yeah, you mentioned they're publicizing their software solution. It's wholesaleware, and I noticed as we were ramping up for swipe coverage that brand is on some of the advertising and promotion and support. So I think they're starting to get that name out there a little bit more. I would suspect we'll see that much more at 2024 events.
Well, we're going to wrap it up quickly just because there's so much going on. I'm still thinking about all the things I saw on the show floor, but as usual, we always make it home with a few things. And I can go with a couple of the highlights of my Global Produce and Floral Expo. Normally, I mean, y'all know me. I got like a 49.9 pound suitcase coming home, and this time
Exactly 49.9.
exactly 49.9 pounds. But I came home with a little less than I normally do just because I got a bad back from all of this now. But I'm trying again. I went to Flower Town and picked up another Venus flytrap one of these times. The funny thing is that the show was starting to die down just a little bit, and man, as soon as there's you know that when you start hearing the rumble of like the pop-up displays starting to get packed up a little bit, that is when the people pounce on Flower Town.
Oh yes.
It is.
I noticed it by the smell because our booth was not particularly close to Flower Town, and all of a sudden it started smelling much better where we were. It was
Yeah,
just people walking by with bouquets and plants, and it started to smell real nice that last hour.
it really shows you, I mean, the power of flowers, because that is like, it seems like number one swag that goes out of the global show is if you can get some flowers home. And last year I was that guy. And I still have some of those potted plants in my kitchen window. They're still going great. But speaking of potted plants, I saw this beauty. I'm gonna have to get rid of my background so everyone can see it. Wait, I have an idea. The photographer in me. Nope, that didn't even work. Oh,
You can't hold it in front of yourself.
I can't hold it in front of my. Oh wait, there it is.
No.
This is there. There it is. This is from North Shore Greenhouses, and it's basil mint in thyme, and it's in such this pretty, like, gorgeous little box to take home. And that's what attracted me, because I thought I could get it home easily, and it's the original trio, and it's so pretty. You can't tell, it's like this kind of beigey blush pink. I feel like they consulted some kind of like decorator person who like is into color theory or something, but I just saw it on the display and I was like, that is so pretty. I have to take it. And it has like recipes on the back, and it smells divine, so I thought that was really pretty. And the other thing that I took home, and just to show you all that I'm not kidding, I really did like the date strips. This is half gone already. I don't know what I'm gonna do. HEB is gonna have to start carrying them, because yeah, I'm pretty much addicted to the visual date strips.
Nice. Well, all the produce that I picked up at the end of the show has since been consumed. But I did pick up something that I had been wanting to get for the long, my Megacorp hat, so I can be like Brian Harman, the British Open golf winner. And
nice.
he will be sporting Megacorp all throughout the next season. Well, the season has already started. It's just no one's really paying that much attention to it now. But so now I can be on the course with my Megacorp.
You are very much in the know. That is a hat that not very many golfers can get their hands on. So kudos to you. I actually have a hat too from the show that I didn't bring up here. I have had this sticker on my suitcase for forever. Let me see if I have a one. Yes, I have one left in my drawer, and I've had the suitcase like almost a decade. I've had stickers like this. I got them from the Sembrelo booth, and it's the packaging company that they do a lot of sustainable packaging solutions. They came out with these stickers a decade ago, and every suitcase that I've had one of these stickers, and then they ran out, and then they brought it back and they put it on a hat, and she gave me one of the hats. And yeah, one of these days when I actually wear a hat, it will definitely be the incognito strawberry hat. This always catches my eye. I love it. It just reinforces the fun part of the Global Produce and Floral show. But also, I mean, most of the feedback that I'm getting from people is that it was a great show for them. It's of course massive, and a lot of the buyer to seller connections are difficult to make, but doable if you know where to be, like that one reception where all the red badges were, right? As advertised, they were all there. So it's and we're going to start running a series of stories from Produce Blueprints in the coming weeks, taking a deep dive into the post-merger IFPA. And so you'll have to stay tuned for that on producebluebook.com.
I would say expect that next week to start.
All right. Well, there we go. There you have it. First in the know from this guy. It is from our September, October issue of Produce Blueprints magazine, which the digital edition is available on producebluebook.com, as is the sign up for the Produce Reporter newsletter, because that's it for the Produce Reporter Week in Review. And you can go to producebluebook.com and sign up.
And I will be coming to you from Tucson next week at the inaugural Swipe Expo. Looking forward to it.
All right. We'll see you then.